Who cracked the funny?
Next up, maybe they're changing places. They keep changing their seats. Because the others feel dizzy when the road is windy.
Oh, well, we're winding our way up now to the Homer Tunnel,
Video yan. Kuya no, it's video.
where you've got to go underground.
Yay, it's a whole tunnel,
May
baby.
tunnel.
Those who don't like it, close their eyes.
Hinahayaan kay mag-video. Mahirap pinapin. Engaged din Imagine ako na.
You can still see these small glaciers here that have come down up this valley on the right-hand side.
Yung
Quite a few
ginahiyap mo
glaciers up
doon.
there.
Bro?
Very hard to see them though with that low cloud. And just round this next corner here, you'll see a concrete structure on the right-hand side. That's known as the bakehouse. And this is where they used to bring the flour up from Tianao on horseback. Here it is, right in front of us. And that's where they used to bake the bread to the men building the Homer Tunnel. Very safe area, just a short, small area there that's safe. You can see the glaciers there now up the right-hand side. And they would bake the bread there, put it on Dolly the pack horse, and she would trot on up to the Homer Tunnel. With the freshly baked bread for the men who were building the tunnel. Because of course all the men's supplies in those early days was brought up on horseback from Tianao. So it was on a good run it would take them 5 days. But if they got a lot of rain, it would take up to 10 days. So of course all their meat, the flour for their bread, the salt, their vegetables, all that was brought up here by horseback. And of course the most important thing was the occasional bottle of whiskey for the men, and of course tobacco, because back in those days all the men smoked. So it was very important that the men had tobacco. Of course, if they didn't have tobacco, they would have to resort to smoking the fuchsia bark off the fuchsia tree. So, you know, it was very hard times for the people up here. All this road work here is controlled by a group out of Tianao known as the Wilford Road Crew, the yellow trucks like this one here, and their job is to maintain the road. There's around 30 of them based out of Tianao, men and women who maintain the road. They do a wonderful job. We're on the final climb up now to the Homer Tunnel. Won't get much closer to the snow than what we are here now. a satellite phone here in case of emergency. Only way you can get communications out. The Millwood Road Crew office there.
Amazing, right?
Here we got some Kias on the road in front of us, but we've got the green light, so we must go. A couple of Kias there.
Tunnel, baby.
So we're about to go underground. Those who don't like going underground, close your eyes.
This is the Homer tunnel. Tunnel, baby, tunnel. It's a tunnel.
Of course, the Homer Tunnel built with a pick, shovel and a wheelbarrow back in those early days.
Oh my God.
Of course, then after World War II, there was a bit of dynamite left over and they were able to do a bit of blasting of it. But yeah,
World War II.
mainly built with a pick and shovel. After a few avalanches came through in the early days, the men lived within the tunnel. I couldn't think of anything worse than living in a dark, cold, damp tunnel. But they did, and survived.
It's a very long time.
You okay, Jizay,
Of course, the main name to fame for the Homer Tunnel these days is what they call the running of the tunnel. Done at the start of every season and also at the end of the season. There's three major rules for running the tunnel. Number one, you're not allowed to wear shoes. Number two, you're not allowed to wear socks.
What's
Anybody got any idea what the third ruling would be?
with it?
Nah.
Number third ruling, you run the tunnel totally naked. Very popular event. I've done it once.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do it again. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There you go, we come out. And as you come out of the tunnel, you get thrown a t-shirt to cover possible, probable, or maybe, if you're the bashful kind.
Gani guys. Lagi maragpi, benching ko centavos na lang ganun.
So there we go, folks. We've been through the Homer Tunnel. You can open your eyes.
Yeah.
And we now descend down into Piopiotahi, Milford Sound. And a few waterfalls flowing there.
So perfect.
Going to see some stunning waterfalls today, obviously.
Pilit filming video ko yan.
Saka bundok.
Yeah. Oh, we're going down.
Going down the hill.
Amazing.
There's a Kia on the right-hand side.
Oh, Kia.
See the Kia there?
Kia there on the right-hand side.
There's a mountain ferret. Another one sitting on top of the post down there. Another one down further. Now they're a mountain parrot.
Bye-bye.
You can see the very hooked beak they've got on them. You don't dare try and fight a Kia. They love the rubber around your windscreen wipers. They love absolutely ripping them apart.
Take a photo of Wow, good.
There's another one there.
Kia,
Kia.
Ikea,
Kia.
KEA.
Kia.
Spot the kid.
So, you know, you've done well. You've seen Kias today. Quite often we don't see Kias. Because, of course, you guys coming from Christchurch, you would have heard about the 1080 poisoning that they're doing to try and save our Kias. But little do they realise that the Kias actually eat the bait that they're trying to save them with, and of course it kills them.
Ay, ako na lang spot the Kia na lang. Na, uting araw. Kanya pa man yung ma-download ito na. Kia? Kia? Ano na? Kung nito taoy ka ng kada kilit-kilit po. Waterfalls. Amazing. Wow, look at that. Pero,
You see quite a few waterfalls today coming down off the sheer mountain rock faces.
Waterfalls niya. Tabugok. Ano na?
Say, mga tabugok.
And of course, at this stage, the vegetation's very dense, as you can see. The bare trees there with no leaves on them, that's the fuchsia. Of course, that was the bark that the men used to smoke. And, you know, the ferns, the different varieties of ferns here is huge.
Different variety daw.
Tanglad oh.
Tapos yung ligang bonsai rin. Tanglad.
Wait ka. Got monkeys in the van.
Alam.
Monkeys in the van.
Girahan kita ni ka. Umrang kita gigipadungan eh. Wa magilang ina ni ka
Monkeys
parente.
in the van.
Mailay parente yan eh.
Anybody got a banana for the monkey?
No banana.
Daw pa lang.
If I'd known I had monkeys on today, I would have bought some.
Ganda nature. But we are not.
You see, we still haven't got down into bushline yet. We're still up in the mountain. Trees and species.
Are you okay?
Another big waterfall there on the left.
Yeah.
So here we are, and we're now down into bushline again.
Yeah.
And as you can see, as you look on each side of it, just how dense the bush is here now. A lot more difficult to walk through. And I mean, those early prospectors who came through here all those years ago. They were hardy men,
Oh, one of the 8 wonders.
because it would have been a real battle walking their way through here.
I think it's considered 8 wonders of the world. Is it still one of the 8 wonders of the world, the Milford Sound?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So one of the 8 wonders of the world.
You know what the 10th wonder in the world is?
What is it?
Me.
So, the driver, Mark, is the 10th. He's our blogger now. He's the one speaking.
Gok substitute.
Tamagok substitute.
You know why I'm the 10th wonder in the world?
What's
I've been married twice. I've had 7 children.
Ooh.
I've got 16 grandchildren.
Wow.
I have 7 great-grandchildren.
You gotta spread your genes, Mark.
I am single and still alive.
Married twice.
Not going back a third time.
Sa bukhangin.
Naka-plastic na, Jo.
Uwi ka? Ha? Sure ba?
Katawa. May busy oh.
Dinards, dinod ka?
Ito ka na.
Gusto ka plastic?
Nabanta mo ba?
Ay, ka-video siya, ka-video.
Konta pa?
Uli ka may pinana mo.
Parang ano ka goto?
Jerk. Ang dama yung baka, Jerk, ha? Huwag ka kang
Lips to lips, gusto eh.
Tulus.
Lips to lips. Lips to lips. Lips to lips lang, lips to lips. Not lips to lips.
We can still buy food from the cafe, Mark, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, that's why I'm making good time through here, so we've got time to stop there, because I've got to go and pick up this lot anyway.
Okay, cool. Wonder what's like na. Ato ayaw po na. Ato, we'll share those ones and then. Tulo naman na, good for 3 naman na.
So now we'll have one more stop before we stop at the cafe, and then round to the departure lounge.
I think we'll go to the chicks we have to pick up.
Done well for time. That's good. 3 stops on the way in, 3 on the way out. We're doing well.
Ingon siya, maling. Sa kabuto.
Who's heard of Sir Edmund Hillary?
Pardon?
Who's heard of Sir Edmund Hillary? He knocked Mount Everest off. Prior to him doing that, he spent several years here in Fiordland climbing Mount Titiroa, which is right in front of us there. You can just see it, shape of it in the clouds. Because it was as close as he could find anywhere in the world that had avalanches, crevasses, heaps of snow and changeable weather. So this is where he came and trained before he went and in his words stated, knocked the bitch off. Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
Of course, Mount Everest,
He trained
the highest mountain in the world.
Yeah. So he trained here, Marks.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yep.
then before he went to the Everest. Ano po ni waterfalls ka daw? So, I wonder if the planet Mars was like this too.
So, of course, in an area like this, and you've got a big rivers to cross, you build the bridges out of steel. And these are known as Bailey bridges, because you just can't hop down to the hardware store and get another 6x4 or 4x2. You've got to make these bridges strong to hold the force of the local elements, whether it be wind, rain, snow, ice. So very important to have these strong bridges. The one over the dune here, I've seen water travelling across the bridge. That's how high the water can get.
Naglaba dia eh.
Bakla pa.
Sana yung mga libang niya.
Dami. Kaya pag gutom niya.
Namahaw ba yan sana? Wala. Wala sa kanan.
Ipagambas na muna sa ayun na.
Okay.
Ang kanya. Wow. Wow.
Now look at that for clarity.
Wow.
Pure mountain water.
Pure mountain water. Oh my gosh. Huh?
You know, they have a saying of something being 100% pure.
This is a
That there's
pure
120%
mountain
pure.
water.
Can we swim there?
Oh, wow.
You can swim there if you want to. Around 3 degrees, rather you than me. We need a mic. You'd have to have a pretty strong microscope to find something afterwards, I reckon.
Because there's no food. You need to bring
It's not allowed to swim.
Yes, you're allowed to swim there. It's about 3 degrees.
Oh,
Cold.
as long as you can take that.
Woman's nipples disappear. Man's down below. Well, that goes away on holiday.
Oh, good. If there's nipples.
You can't get it any purer than that.
May pag niinom ng dagat ng tubig, di ba tapos mo?
May balong
Ang may baso to. Bawas na.
But this just shows you how beautiful the road is, how they tried to keep it as natural as possible. That we drive through an avenue of trees. They never planted, replanted or anything else like that. It's all totally natural. This is the Cleedow River, which flows down into Milford Sound.
guys.